You know, even
put a whole damn bottle
even
in
this
there.
buddy, this little bubba might fit in there. Oh, well, look, what do you know?
There we go.
See?
Whiskey not included. So let's talk about the warmest jacket in the line this season. One of the more, I think, iconic pieces in winter outerwear, and that's the parka, and in your case, the Fishtail Parka from Relwen. Talk us through the design and inspiration for this jacket.
Well, the origins, we pay homage to the original M56 parka that the U.S. military had created for basically, I think it was the Korean War. It's a highly evolved version of that garment. It was one of the first pieces of outerwear we designed as a brand, probably going back to 2008, 2009. We were all, balls to the wall in terms of the details and being as authentic as possible with that piece. This is a more practical and more functional version of that garment. This particular garment, materials are completely different, but the inspiration remains that original Fishtail Parka with the fish tail, which has sort of like the tail of a fish, which is why they call it that. Again, we didn't invent them. We've simply evolved and pushed it down the road to make it, I hate to say it's a better version of the original, because the original is pretty cool, but it's more functional.
All right, so let's talk about the sort of full package right now, the liner within the outer shell. So this is sort of jacket number one, if you will. This is the whole thing put together, the warmest, most weather ready of all the iterations that this jacket could be. Let's kind of talk about it together as one.
In this form, probably good to 20 degrees. Again, a layering piece. Throw something, one of our, let's say it's our super fleece hoodie, underneath this thing, probably good to 5 degrees, in that type of form. But it's a parka. Parkas are meant to be oversized, so it shouldn't be small fitting. I mean, I can throw this on. It's a size medium, and it shouldn't be perfectly form fitting to me. Although it is smaller than the original garment, because the originals were, I think,
they were
huge boxes.
Yeah.
But this is 2 garments in one, which we almost do it. So it's not like it's just for wearing in 20-degree temperature.
Right.
The whole idea is some versatility to the garment, because it is double. It is a double line garment. You've got this quilted liner that comes out of the exterior, which frankly just feels like more quality to have the insulation attached to the garment like that. The originals also were built like this. They weren't fixed linings. They were pieces that didn't snap out. They actually buttoned out, and it was more time consuming the way that the originals happened. But that was also so that you could wear it in a variety of conditions. This jacket is very smooth on the body. It feels easy on and off, and just has a lot of utility in terms of how you wear and use it. Again, this jacket can be worn on its own. It's got these utility pockets. I'm going to unbutton the sleeves. So we also do these wool acrylic rib cuffs, so it's got a nice quality feature, a little thumb hole. Again, it's an articulated sleeve, so it's got some pleats in it, but it's also shaped to you. So you can wear the garment like this, whether it's with the shell over it, but you've got coverage. This is our warmest coat this season. It feels like it, but at the same time, it doesn't feel like a lot of weight. So all these buttons and snaps just help secure the garment and make it feel like it's more part of the garment.
Here's a question. What about, it's very obvious this is a standalone piece and you can wear that in and of itself. What about the shell? Is this something that can be worn as sort of an outer layer when it's not attached to this?
It is also standalone, but again, it's just going to look more oversized, which we think is cool. Personally, if I were still working in New York and had to wear a suit, every day, this would be my trench coat. I mean, this is like the most authentic looking trench coat.
That's what I was going to ask. It kind of plays the trench coat, trench coat.
Yeah, a much cooler trench coat. I'm not one to snap up the fishtail hem, but if you want to have a straight hem, you can create that look, because the fishtail does snap up into place to get it kind of kicked out of the way. Just kind of steam that flat. But again, it's all about attitude when you're wearing a coat like this, and so it's cool to just kind of let all the details kind of show and flow.
So I remember the first time you ever showed me this jacket and talking me through, again, all the details. There's a story and more importantly, an intention. What about the fishtail? Tell us about that specifically.
So it actually ties around your leg, so you actually have this snowsuit that envelops you, that nothing comes up inside your coat. And that's why the fishtail is shaped like that. So it's basically go around your thigh, of your inseam.
Yeah.
And then you tie it off, and voila.
Yeah.
But you know, you look at the other details in this garment, and you've got like these double line, the shell fabric alone inside the body, it envelops these polar fleece lined pocket bags. So you've got extra warmth and durability there, and these things are jumbo pockets, so you can stuff large, you know, leather deerskin mittens, or you know, put these jumbo bubbas in there. And then you've got your pocket here, which is another large jumbo pocket here, also jersey or tricot line. You know, and we also believe in high neck stances. So everything that we do when we get into these parkas or more serious coats, you know, the idea was like to get this thing up and framing the neck and getting it up on your chin. You know, because you know, with it combined with a scarf and such, it just feels feels like you're ready.
Yeah.
You know.
Is this the jacket that you're wearing in the middle of January at the big house in Michigan?
Yeah, well, if we were playing in January, in the big house, that would be cool if they ever did that.
That's right.
But no, yeah, this is your stadium jacket for sure.
Yeah.
So getting back to a couple more details that are important to this garment is this terry cloth interior of the hood, where you've got polyfill backing this knit fabric that actually is super soft to the touch. So you've got extra warmth here around the hood. It also gives some body and some fullness to the hood, which we never like to cut wimpy hoods. We want hoods that kind of like, you know that they're there and they feel like something. The original garment actually came with an alloy zipper and buttons. I'm referring to the original M56 that didn't have these large like 46 line buttons. We went with snap because they're just a little bit more stealthy looking, and they're easier to use, and it just makes the garment look a little bit more modern. But otherwise, a lot of the other details are very faithful to the original garment, which we still have tremendous respect for. We actually went to the leather eyelets at the hood and for our draw cords. These things are high function, both the eyelets and the cord stops. But we went with leather because, well, it just looks cool. And actually, the parka that actually came before the M56, which they refer to as M47, that parka actually used these leather grommets, or rather leather eyelets. And so we utilize this detail kind of across the board. It's a Relwen hallmark that we just think looks cool.
So this is a medium. You know, if I was stuck in a snowstorm and this was the only jacket available, I could easily wear this.
It looks more fitted on you, but it's an oversized parka.
I would want a large if I was wearing this back in real winter conditions, where I could really put another layer on top of the one I already have.
That looks good on you.
Yeah.
I'd say, even though it's let me feel a little snug, it looks good on you.
A little bit of an ego boost, and I'm wearing a medium right now. I haven't worn a medium since I was 17.
Throw a bucket of water on this thing, it's just going to bounce off. Not because it's got waterproofing on it, it's just because the fabric, the way it's woven. It's like a microfiber face.
We're going to challenge that.
It's so tightly woven, and the combination is synthetic, and there's like 12% cotton in there too to give it a soft and duller sheen. And just to make it feel like luxurious, the fabric is woven in such a way that water does bead on the fabric, which is very cool. It also has water resistance built into the fabric because we actually do put polyurethane on the backside of the fabric so that we can claim it as water resistant. But bottom line, it's inherently built to be water resistant. So it's also got a windproofness factor to it.
Water test? How do we want to do this?
I'm just going to do a little off the sleeve.
Do a little off the sleeves.
But you can see it, it's almost like mercury in terms of the way it bounces off the fabric.
It really does bounce.
Yeah, and I just take the whole thing. Boom.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is as real as it gets. Dry as could be. Kind of summing it all up, this is like the winter jacket. It is made for elements. This is stylish, but this is a highly functional, technical in many ways piece.
Yes, yeah.
So there you have it, the Fishtail Parka. I'm still dry. Jamie, thank you for the rundown. The winter jacket in the Relwen line this season. So if you've got additional questions, make sure you drop them in the comments. As always, we will answer them. And also, as always, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to like this video. We're going to be talking a lot more products. We're going to get Jamie back in here talking other pieces from his line. But until then, we will see you out there. I was going for all pep. I got all the pep out in that 1, 2 lines.